Hello and welcome to the week 14 update for Ravens Training Ground. We have 1 week left. Today is September 24th of 2023. This week we had 48 commits from 5 different contributors, which brings our lifetime commits to 320 from 11 lifetime contributors, and there's just 1 more week left in the project. This week we had Patrick come in and added an alternate Sophia model, including the mesh and the rigging and the weight painting and all the detail work and the hair and the glasses and all the animations. So we'll take a look at that in just a second. Ian came in and added a volume slider to the pause menu, as well as the graphics that go along with it. Christian came in and did some bug fixing inside of the combat system, where if you choose a random target, if you choose a target, it was still acting as if you had chosen a random target. So we fixed that. He added an event to tell when the attack menu was opened, and now it only targets when you have that attack menu open. Andy Fuchs came in and added some clarifications to the keys and the doors, so now they can indicate which combination goes to which. I went through and added the Danny animations again, fixed the collisions for the doors and the keys, added the Sharoof cutscene going into floor 3, added the battle system to 2 and 3, and updated the enemies. Removed most of the items as well as the clothing changing aspect of it. There's just not enough time to do that before the game is released, as well as added chest functionality and post-Batum functionality for the inventory and the currency system. So if we jump on over to the demo here, I first wanted to look at Patrick's new model, as well as our clothing aspect, so we just decided to give everybody their own little outfits, that way we can show that they exist, even if the styles may not completely align with one another. But here is Patrick's model. So we have the glasses and the hair, we have some animations going, and we have some neat weight painting going in there that I didn't know existed. So that was really cool. Thank you for that, Patrick. That is looking much better than my Sophie model over here, where the textures kind of got off by a lot. So I'm hoping we can swap Patrick's model in for my model as we get closer to the deadline here. So next I want to look at our floor systems. Oops, we can probably get rid of that chest. I was using that as a temporary measure. So we're still getting a host of errors regarding the nav mesh system, and we'll clean that up later this week. But we should be able to run around here. We can see that Danny has her animations back. We do have a couple issues where enemies are just floating above the ground and all of that jazz. So let's see if we can go find a key around here. So we have a door right here, and you can see that the door needs the emerald key. So let's go and try to find a key. It's a bit of a maze to get through all of this. Along the way we ran into a chest, so we can go up to the chest here. We have our game manager here, which tracks our player inventory. So we can go up to it, we can press the space key. Oops, maybe, there we go. And you can see it's Tome of the Raven, and you get 29 currency. And you can see a Tome of the Raven has been added to your inventory. So let's see if we can go find that emerald key. Looks like we have a key right over there. So if we go and we pick that key up, we got the emerald key, so now we can go back to the door. And that 3D text disappears once the player has picked the key up. Has a nice little animation there. Now we just gotta run back to the door. Right here. We can press the space key, and we also have the emerald key, which is crossed out right there. If we press the space key, we can see that little animation right there, so now we can proceed through. So that is really cool that we have all of that working. We also have our inventory updated for just the items. We don't have the clothing available anymore, and we also have sliders on our volume system. So thank you for that, MD Fuchs and Ian. And now if we jump into our battle side of things, we can see how that is coming along. As soon as we load in here. There we go. So now we can still proceed through with our space, and it updates various things there. And we can also do our spells here, and let's see if we can do our attack system. There we go, just like that. And then we could do attack there, and that proceeds with the attack, so we have that whole system working. We're on to the enemies, and we can still press the space key to advance all of that. So we have a couple minor bugs still in there, but the base functionality's there. We're going to tweak the camera angles here, and tweak the victory screen in there. But we're really coming along with it. And I also wanted to look at our floor 3 so we can see what our cutscene is looking like to get into the combat system. So here we get into that volcano scene that we've been working on, and we run up next to the Sharoof. And once we get close enough, then it triggers the cutscene. He's real angry, and then we jump into the battle system there. So that is our update here. We're going into the last week. So we have a couple of bugs that we want to fix. Gonna tweak the experience system. Gonna make sure that the level holds, that way the player doesn't have to backtrack each time that they get through a combat system. Add a little bit of post-processing, and add some cutscenes, as well as get the credits integrated. So thank you guys so much for all of your work on this. Let's push through to the finish line.